home, and Vol fans have certainly filled up Lindsey Nelson Stadium here this afternoon. Again, still undergoing serious renovations. This is another phase in what will be a fantastic completed venue for the defending national champions. They have been good again at home. They've been good at home and on the road this season. It is a true bullpen day for Tony Vitello, Frank Anderson, and staff. The lefty, redshirt freshman Bryson Thacker takes over here in the third to end the inning with earned on 4 hits. So back 1-2-3 for Tony Vitello and the Tennessee lineup. Ryan Brown eating up some innings here in Knoxville for Queens. He threw 5 1/3 against West Virginia out of the pen earlier this season. Has the ability to throw heavy innings, typically out of the bullpen on weekends. Curley shoots one high and into the glove of Grimes out in center field. 1 up, 1 down to start near the bottom of the third. So Curley is 0 for 2, a pair of flyouts, and now Dalton Bargo, the man on fire here in mid to late March, whatever you want to call it. Hit his 7th home run of the season back in the first, got Tennessee on the board opposite way. He's got that sneaky oppo power from the left side. He was able to send it into the porches. The shift is on for him, but he's got a lot of pop out to left field. Average up to 291 now after the home run in the first. Rolls one over foul. 0-2 start. And Bargo's really embraced his role on this team last season and a bit to start this season. Has been a utility. I'll play wherever defensively you need me to. I'm going to play third, first, play the outfield. I can even catch if you need. DH. Obviously the bat has come to life here now. Early SEC slate, which is a good time to start getting hot. Had 8 home runs and 107 at-bats last season. He's got 7 homers and 55 this year now. Certainly has a knack to hit multiple home runs in games, too. From the Tennessee offense, first inning without a run for Tennessee. So we have played 3 by a pair of runs. And again, new inning, new arm on the mound. Certainly not new to the Tennessee mound is Andrew Banke, the lefty who takes over. His 4th outing on the year. Has been a bit limited this season. Pitched early in the year, opening weekend, and was sidelined for about a month, and now about a full week back into the mix. Pitched 2 solid innings in his return last week against ETSU. Did not allow any runs in that time. 1 hit. And then got an out in that Alabama series over the weekend. So first SEC experience on the year check. This is a guy that is extremely valuable for this Tennessee pitching staff and a big part of that run in Omaha last year. 1-2. Top of the order here for Queens. Anibal Rivera back in. Queens is able to get their first base runner last inning as Jacob Grimes hit by a pitch, but right after, double play ball ended the inning. At 2-2, opposite way. That one's going to get out with the wind. Queens looking for a jolt of life from an offensive standpoint. Again, they've got good pop in their bat with 19 home runs, but team average sitting at 228 at the plate so far this season. It's been a tough schedule so far. The way they've drawn up their schedule, 10 matchups this year with postseason teams from last year, 5 teams from the preseason top 25. A lot of hard tests in the midweeks. Here for Anibal Rivera, a first-year Royal from Butler JUCO program, and that was to the deepest part of the park, out in dead left central for a lot of power. Just saw it there. Rivera to start the frame, putting a bit of pressure here now on Tennessee. Tying run for Queens now at first. Not a single hit first time through the lineup, and now back-to-back base hits. Budnick showing bunt, trying to play some small ball, almost a good one. Trails off foul. Jake Barber at first does have 4 stolen bases on the year. Base runners obviously have been at a premium so far for Queens, trying to make the most of having a man on first with no outs here. And that man is the tying run. Still early in this ball game. Budnick now swinging on the 1-1, and that is fouled high and out of play. Budnick, ground on victim back in the first. And Tennessee got the double play ball last inning. Look over to first from Banky. Banky, 23 outings out of the bullpen a season ago. 30 strikeouts in 28 innings. Very reliable. Pair of College World Series outings. One of maybe 3 you could count that pitched 20-plus outings for that championship team last year that are back in this bullpen. But again, Banky's been a bit limited so far. That home run that he allowed is just the first run he has seen come across all season on him. Another check to first, almost caught Barber leaning there for a moment. Had him in trouble. Budnick still standing in, 1-2 count, 253 hitter from the left side. Barber now on the move. Hit and run action as Budnick fired on the off-speed pitch from Banky. From Dalton Bargo out and left, the utility man had to chase it down with the wind.
Now batting for 13, Nick Aldepper.
Having to battle some sun as well. All the elements. Bargo able to make the play. Now 1 down here in the 4th. Nick Alderfer will get another at-bat. He struck out back in the 2nd. Cleanup man a chance to tie this ball game. Alderfer, a senior, a Charlotte native. A lot of North Carolina, Charlotte area guys on this Queens lineup. .264 average, 3 homers, 12 RBIs on the year. And could not catch that one from Banky. Alderfer 2 hits in 12 at-bats against North Florida. Queens coming off a weekend in which they were swept to North Florida for Queens here in the 4th, just 1 down. So Tony Vitello out now to the mound. And that looks like it'll do it for Andrew Banky again. Just the fourth outing. 1 run home for Queens. And now 2 aboard. Royals threatening now with Tyler Peters at the plate. 5-hole hitter, 0 for 1 with a strikeout. A chance to tie and or give Queens the lead. So Tony Vitello goes and gets Andrew Banky and brings out Austin Hundley, right-hander redshirt sophomore from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, to take over in a tough spot here on this midweek. Already quick work. No balls, 2 strikes. Hundley. He misses on that fastball. 9th outing on the year for Austin Hundley, 3.52 ERA, 8 strikeouts, 7 2/3 so far this year. Down the line and foul, and Peters will stick around. 277 hitter is Tyler Peters. He's got 7 RBIs, hits .308 when runners are in scoring position. Good spot here for the 5-hole. 5 pitchers here in this game. Hundley able to calm some waters. First batter faced. Able to get out number 2 in the inning. Tying run still stranded at second. It's going to take base hit or some ability to get on board to keep the inning going for Justin Hudson, the designated hitter today for the Royals, and he's quickly down 0-2. No chance on that one from Austin Hundley. Oh, 2 pitch. Did he go? He did not. Hudson holds up. Chuck Pack down the first base line, says all clear, and Hudson, the DH, lives to see another pitch. Trying to do his role as a designated hitter. He has 17 RBIs on the year. Hard ground ball foul towards his own dugout. Get only 2 hits for Queens through 3 2/3, and they've both come here in this inning. First bit of life from the Royals offense. Can they cash in? Three runs here in the 4th now. The Royals offense have sparked to life. It's a leadoff home run in the inning for Rivera. That got things going, and then a single right after. Jake Barber kept the inning alive. And now a bunt laid down. Polite Lawless, no problems there. A throw down to first. Appears to be in time. Now they're going to say that was a foul ball. They're going to bring everyone back. Frank Anderson having a word from the Tennessee side about what just happened there. So the bunt was laid down there from Polite. Let's see. Looks like they're going to say it was a foul ball. It hit the plate, maybe? Yep. Home plate umpire David Bailey waves it dead. So we'll do it again. Jay Polite back to the plate. 0-1. That's in the turf. Quick look at first. Hudson with 1 stolen base on the year. Again, the throwing error into center field proving to be costly. Queens likely would have tied the game on that base hit from Hudson, but Now with that throwing error, they've got the lead. Now Frank Anderson out to have a word with Austin Hundley. It was 3 solid innings in a row for Michael Sharman, Austin Breedlove, and Bryson Thacker, as they were able to face the minimum and hold Queens to no base hits through 3 frames. But now Andrew Banky and Austin Hundley dealing with some pains here in the 4th. Andrew Banky is going to have 2 earned runs on his line now. 3 in total, one of them unearned though with that throwing error from Lawless. Frank Anderson doesn't make too many mound visits, but hoping to settle Austin Hundley in to try to get the final out here of this frame. He came in and got out number 2. He's responsible for Hudson at first, gave up that single. Pole lead battling 2-1 count. And a good breaking ball pitch. 2-2. Hundley trying to end the inning here for Tennessee. Queens has jumped out in front. Royals have sparked to life. Tennessee facing a deficit for the first time in this midweek ball game. A chance to pick up a response. The Royals put up 3 in the top half of this 4th inning, as Tennessee was shutting out Queens and keeping the Royals hitless through the first 3 frames of this game. And then all of a sudden, a mini explosion. The boys from Charlotte making the trip over to face the #1 program in the nation. So a good start to this inning for Queens, and now they turn attention back to Ryan Brown to try to hold the lead. Andrew Fisher kicks things off for Tennessee. 4-5-6 due up in the 4th. Fisher, Stone Lawless, and Reese Chapman. And Ryan Brown has the ability to eat up a lot of innings, and he's thrown 49 pitches through 3 so far. He's done a good job of getting out of some jams, limiting Tennessee's damage thus far. 4 hits, 2 runs. Fisher gets underneath one. Deep right field, battling the wind. Polite's got it, and maybe on a non-windy day that could have had a chance, but Fisher retired for out number 1. Just a bit too much under it. 1 down, and now Stone Lawless with a chance to hit here in the inning. Ryan Brown, 51 pitches. Done a nice job the back half of this start. Really settled in. It looks like his afternoon is done, but he ended his day retiring his final 7 batters face. Going 1, 2, 3 in the 3rd, and now got the first out to start the 4th. Queens is going to make a pitching change. Jake Hendrick over now to Andrew White, senior right-hander from Winter Springs, Florida, will take the ball, working with a Royals lead as he gets Stone Lawless to start off his afternoon. Lawless standing in with Reese Chapman due up next, with 1 out, no one on. And an 0-2 start for the Tennessee catcher, who's 0 for 1. Andrew White, outing number 8 out of the bullpen for him. 7.94 ERA and 5 2/3. 9 strikeouts in that time. Lawless fights off that breaking ball. Tennessee looking to respond after giving up 3 runs half an inning ago. 1 run for him in the bottom of the 1st, and then another in the 2nd. Nothing in the 3rd. It's a home run from Dalton Bargo that put him on the board, and a Blake Grimmer RBI that added to at one point a lead. At 0-2 to the backstop. Ryan Brown's going to end his afternoon. 3 1/3 innings. Gave up 4 hits, the 2 earned runs, and had a strikeout. And maybe the most important thing for him is he did not allow any free passes. No walks from Ryan Brown. It's kind of been a staple of this Queens team. Only 39 walks as a team this year. That's the fewest in their conference, so they've done a good job of not giving Tennessee anything extra. Now a 3-2 count is Andrew White will try to keep that trend going. Stone Lawless battling. Pop fly out back in the first for Lawless. Out of bounds, number 40 on the year for Queens. First walk on either side. And Lawless, first base runner of the inning for Tennessee.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Sets the table now for Reese Chapman, who doubled and later scored in the second. Hard line drive into the left center gap. Both of Tennessee's extra base hits today. There's been actually 3 extra base hits. One from Bargo, and Chapman went opposite way. Now White able to find the zone after the walk. White was 7 of the team's 40 walks on the season. Oh, 2 start for Chapman. Look back over at first, not in time, as Lawless, no stolen bases this year. Hasn't tried. Chapman, .329 average after the double in his last at bat, 27 RBIs.
No.
He's got 7 home runs on his line for a team that has 60. That 0-2 high in the air, left field. Peters underneath it. Now way back to his left. He's got it for out number 2. It's going to keep Lawless at first. Chapman retired.
Now batting, second baseman, Chris Newstrom.
2 down in the inning. Tennessee's got the tying run on first. Now Chris Newstrom, again, who's making his 5th start of the season back in. He's 0 for 1. As he grounded out over to first base last time.
No.
Again, Queens swept over the weekend to North Florida, won their first series in the Atlantic Sun play against West Georgia, a team that Tennessee played in the midweeks. Team also fairly new to Division I. So they have now split 2 series, conference play. Royals picked 9th preseason in the A-Sun. Again, they continue to load their schedule. So far, they've been up to the challenge tonight. Newstrom not even close on that breaking ball. Swung on through it, and now the freshman will have to battle. Again, Newstrom's been really good in limited at-bats this season. 6 hits, 17 tries. Different lineup for Tony Vitello here in the midweeks. Again, another SEC series on the horizon in Columbia, South Carolina, starting Friday. Now, Tennessee last week went the rare Thursday to Saturday series. Throws off the routine a little bit. Gives you an extra off day, though, for the next week. Quick inning. Arvidsson goes 1-2-3 and calms things here in the top of the fifth. A brief home stint here for this one day only this week. Back on the road starting Friday night. SEC play continues to roll right along. Back-to-back series wins for Tennessee as they take 2 of 3 from Alabama last week. First time since the 2022 start of SEC play where Tennessee, they've won back-to-back series to open conference play. It was actually a bit of a revenge series win. Tennessee last year lost in Tuscaloosa around the same time. Last year was the last time Tennessee has lost a weekend series. Went on to win the rest of theirs in SEC play and were co-champions, then tournament champions, and then national champions. It was a gradual build-up. That first series loss to Alabama. It's not where you begin the SEC series schedule. It's where you end. 2-1 to Grimmer. That misses ball 3. Blake Grimmer's going to lead off this inning. 8-9-1, 2 up for Tennessee here in the 5th. Grimmer, Antigua, and Dean Curley. And leadoff man is on for Tennessee. Andrew White walks his second batter. And that is the tying run here in the bottom of the 5th. Ariel Antigua was big over the weekend against Alabama. Tennessee team that lost that first game on the week to Alabama, but then came out with really good energy in game 2. Throw down to first, trying to catch Grimmer in no man's land. He's back. Tennessee's been good on the road for a reason. Just seems to be the energy travels with them, whether at home or on the road. And now meeting with Andrew White on the Queens side again. Queens working with a one-run lead as we get later and later now. Tennessee without a run since the second inning. Actually, Ryan Brown before went 3 1/3 without a walk, and now 2 walks from Andrew White. Antigua ready, 1-0 is the count. Tying run on first. Antigua showing bunt, rips it back, 2-0 start. And Antigua full swing in that time, cuts through it. White just 6 1/3 thrown on the year. He's typically not going to give you heavy innings. We'll see how long he goes. 2/3 so far. Antigua, high fly ball, right field way, back towards the track. Polite has it, a good pop in the bat on that swing from Antigua, but just short of doing damage. 9-hole hitter retired, so back to the top of the lineup. And a deep breath there for Andrew White. Good way to respond after the leadoff walk. Andrew White has pitched over an inning twice so far this season. And again, it is a midweek matchup. ASUN play continues next week for Queens. as they hit the road again. Jacksonville, Florida, where they've got Jacksonville University. 3 games starting on Friday. Dean Curley back in, top of the lineup. He's 0 for 2 today. 2 fly balls for outs. Curley, the tip of the spear in this lineup, hitting .311. 22 RBIs and 7 home runs. His 7th game over the weekend against Alabama. That one fouled back. Had a good weekend. 6 hits and 15 at-bats. Guy who had 50 RBIs last season as a true freshman. Trying to make something happen for this Tennessee offense. No hits since Reese Chapman doubled back in the second. No stolen bases for Grimmer over at first. Pitch home now to Curley. Is low and away on the fastball. 1-1. Another thing that Queens has done, they've done a good job of closing down innings. There's been a few threats. Tennessee early. There's base runner last inning. Leadoff man on now here, but done a good job of limiting Tennessee's chances. Tennessee, no 2-out hits yet. And that's almost the difference in this game. Tennessee, no 2-out hits, and then Queens, the big 2-out hit back in the 4th. That gave them the lead. One ball and 2 strikes. And another look back at first. Bargo on deck. Again, he's been one of the more dangerous hitters. 2-3 in this lineup tonight. Bargo, Ensley have been red hot. And they're due up. Here's the 1-2. It's high inside. Ball 2. Curley could set the table right now. Curley battles again. This is a very familiar last season's matchup with Queens. It was 2-2 for the longest time, and then Queens took a 3-2 lead. And in Tennessee, it took a late explosion of 4 runs in the 7th to win that matchup. So heading down the same path. Tennessee needs to get some life going if they want a same result. Curley has worked it full. White has walked 2 batters already today, 1 in the inning. 3-2 pitch upcoming. Curley fouls it off again. Doing what a leadoff hitter should do. He's working the count. Pitch number 30 will be the next one for Andrew White. Another 3-2-1 for Andrew White. He retires. The leadoff man for Tennessee. Huge punch out. That was ball 4. Slider, nasty. Got Curley chasing. Trusted his pitch that time, and it worked out. Strikeout number 2 for Andrew White, and now back-to-back outs to keep the leadoff walk at first. Now he's got to deal with Dalton Bargo. He's 1 for 2, had that home run back in the first inning. Got Tennessee on the board. His 7th home run of the season in just 56 at-bats. And a home run in that Alabama series. 4 total RBIs against the Crimson Tide. And has worked himself up to the 2 spot in the lineup. Again, no Gavin Keelan for Tennessee. Again, here in this midweek game. 4 straight games without Gavin Keelan. 1-1 up and in. Fastball at 92 for Andrew White. It hasn't been efficient outs that Andrew White has gotten. He's had to really battle these Tennessee hitters. But he has shown some resiliency here in the 5th with these back-to-back outs. And now down to a final strike as Bargo swung through that one. 2-2. Andrew White has battled out of the pen. He got a big strikeout last inning to end the 4th and strand a runner. A chance to do the same. Free pass to Bargo as he was down to a final strike in the inning. Now 2 Volunteers aboard with 2 outs.
Now batting number 9, Hunter Hensley.
They have brought up Mr. Clutch for Tennessee and Hunter Hensley. He lives for these type of moments. Down, RBI chance, 2 outs. That's who most people in that Tennessee dugout would say who we won up in a spot like this. Hunter Hensley did it all last week. 3 RBIs against ETSU in the midweek, 6 against Alabama in big spots, a lot of them coming with 2 outs. And Tennessee does not have a 2-out hit yet this afternoon. First pitch, look out. Hensley had to duck out of the way. A man not afraid to take many hits, but that was a scary one. Wow. Able to duck out of the way in time. Ball 1. The fastball got away a bit from White. Hensley a double back in the first. Popped out in the 3rd, so he's 1 for 2. Team best 28 RBIs this year. He had 48 of them in 68 games last year. That breaking ball's in there, strike 1. It's the heart of this Tennessee lineup. No base hits for Tennessee since early in the 2nd inning. Are loaded. Now Andrew White starting to lose a bit of control. Yeah, Tennessee, they haven't gotten a hit since the 2nd. But now 3 free passes have set up Andrew Fisher to hit with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Cannot afford another free pass. And Fisher lays off for strike 1. Ball 1. Tennessee hit 3 grand slams in a midweek win over Radford earlier this month. Andrew Fisher hit a grand slam in that one. 1-1 off speed is in there, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes. That almost hit Fisher. Ball 2. If that did, it would have brought in the tying run. And near the ankles where he got Bargo. Two. Fisher lays off. Ball 3. Full count coming up. Biggest at-bat of the game so far. Bases loaded for Andrew Fisher. Andrew Fisher, team high in walks. That's his 30th on the year, and it's going to be an RBI with it, and likely it for Andrew White. As White lost control, chance to take the lead with bases loaded. Johnny Joseph gets the call to the pen from Queens. The right-hander, sophomore from Charlotte, North Carolina, will battle Stone Lawless, Tennessee catcher, with the bases loaded. First pitch misses. It's been 3 straight free passes for Tennessee. Tennessee's done all of their work this inning without a hit. Blake Grimmer scored. He walked to lead off the inning. He scored on the Andrew Fisher RBI walk. Lawless lays off, and he's in command. 2-0. Tennessee has hit 8 grand slams this season already. Set an SEC record 12 last season. The NCAA record's 14 in a year. Well on pace. And they hit 3 grand slams in 1 game in the midweek. Right now, Tennessee hasn't even needed to swing the bat. 3-0 count for Lawless. .3-0 now as Joseph does hit the zone that time, and now Lawless is ready. Fastball. Lawless is 0 for 1. Pop out in the first, then he walked back in the 4th. 3 balls, 1 strike. Four runs in the inning now for Tennessee. A good response, especially here with 2 outs now. 5 straight volunteers have reached. It's the second hit for Reese Chapman here tonight. He continues to be a huge impact in this Tennessee lineup. That play is under review currently. Crew is talking about that look at second, I believe, with Chapman went for the extra bag, and the crew is looking whether he beat that out or not. Call in the field is that Chapman safe. Would be the 3rd out if they were to overturn it. Runs would still be true. And here's another look. Definitely close. Unless he gets him on that left hand right there, it appears that he beats it out. Definitely looks from there. He got it. Nathan Huber, second base umpire, with perfect look at it. Immediately Rivera obviously thought he was out on his end, and here's the call.
After review, the runner is safe and
It does stand. Chapman aboard. He stays safe at second. Did beat out that tag. 2 RBIs on that single. Able to advance on the throw. So 2 still in scoring position for Tennessee. It's a big 4-run inning. Their biggest offensive output of the game so far. And again, most of it have come without a hit. That's the first hit for Tennessee since Reese Chapman doubled in the second. So it had been 3 full innings of work. 2 times through the lineup. Now Chris Newstrom. A chance to do more damage for Tennessee. They lead by 3 runs now. Wallace on third, Chapman on second. A 2-0 start for Newstrom, who is 0 for 2, looking for his first chance to get on base. But a 3-0 start again. Tennessee hasn't had to swing too much this inning. They've drawn 3 walks, and then they've been hit by a pitch twice. So 5 free passes has been what has come back to bite Queen. Inning over. Tennessee does some damage. 6 runs on 2 hits. Some self-inflicted wounds from Queens. Tennessee makes the most.